So it'll have that a person's redshirted. So by the way, you can you know take the redshirt status away if you want to. In some cases, you might want to do that near the end of the season, potentially if like things are bad, to give guys some time. Zach starts at quarterback. We already kind of talked about that. Running back, Dante will start. I'm kind of loyal to him as a Nebraska guy. He's got star development. Doesn't necessarily matter, but he will start. McGowan will be the backup. Receiver fullback. Okay, let's see. The one. I'm gonna look at tight end real quick here because one of my backup tight ends will end up being the backup fullback for you. We'll go with him. He'll never get the ball, but I just don't like having running back with fullback. Just the way I like. My fullbacks are in there to block. Law starts, so then the first question is Macklin or Stiletto. 5'11", he's 6'1", shorthand. Guy's a little bit faster. Speedster archetype. I will go with the bigger guy, bigger target. So we'll do that. And then just it fills out how it fills out after. These guys, I'll have Pester as the forward to be faster. It's solely based off of that. And 6'5" with that kind of speed, that's crazy. Alright, tight ends. Brown, Josh starting. Like that, nothing's going to change here. We're good with that. Left tackle, we're good. Left guard, we're really good. Center, we just have 2. Good there. Right guard. Good with that. Good with the right tackles, the edge rushers. Nothing necessarily really changing here. Lock him up. Same rating anyway, but just keep the position the same. Right edge. I know they're interchangeable, but I'll just match it up for now. When we get a little bit further in, I'll pay more attention to that. D tackle. Ramsey because he has pocket disruptor. Okay. Linebackers, this is where stuff can get fun. So first we'll start with the mic and we'll branch out. So that's what we got at the mic. That works for me. The will, that'll work for me. The question is, same. That can work for me. Because usually the will or the Sam, one of them is not as good. And I have to compensate with another position. The other thing too is I like to play zone a lot. So this could be a problem. So this team is not built for zone stuff at all. Some of these linebackers is going to make it rough. Because remember, this is a 3-4 defense, so I'll have to recruit accordingly. Because you see some of the other guys have higher, like the outside linebackers are Sam and Will. It makes it tough because typically in a 3-4 defense, that's an outside linebacker, and that's usually a pass rusher. So we'll figure things out. I expect the defensive play to be bad anyway. Alright, corner. Hardaway. Obviously the best. This is a pretty easy depth chart to make because everyone slots in where they slot in. One difference would potentially be Thomas here. So in comparison to Robinson Gage, overall it's the same. He's 6 feet tall. He's also 6 feet tall, but he's a zone corner schematically, or archetype. Play rec is higher. Thomas's man is higher, but Robinson Gage's zone is higher. I will probably lean the zone route. Alright, free safety. Nothing changing there. Strong safety. Nothing changing there. I will start Bryant over Maddox. Kicker, simple. Punter, simple. Kick return. This actually will matter. We got a freshman redshirt receiver with 93 overall for 93 speed. I would never put in someone who's a starter because I don't want to risk an injury and or wear and tear. And I tend to like having receivers or running backs play just because in general they have a higher carry rating. Because Law obviously would be the easy choice. But because of injury, I don't want to go that route. We'll go with that Cozart and Wilcox. Should be a pretty easy, wait, where's Wilcox? That's it up top. There it is. Hopefully we'll be able to force punts. I'm not gonna hold my breath on that. And just to make sure that, yeah, I do not want, I want this guy in, he's starting. I'll let's do the kicker. Long snapper. That's interesting. My centers are really rated low on that. That's interesting. So third down back. No surprise there. Power back will be Dante. Slot receiver. Macklin, because I want to keep him on the outside. I hate this here. So this would be my right edge rusher. Or no, my left. So basically putting my edge rushers back there. But I only have to do this once a season. And then from the right side, the right side. All right. I'll leave the third there. Not going to bother it. Around too much rushing. Pass rush for defensive tackles. No surprise, my top two guys being where they're at. Sub linebacker. I'll leave that as it is. Not too worried about that. I know some people like to put safeties up there. I keep them as linebackers. Slot corner. I need to look at corners again real quick. Hardaway and Nichols were the starters. Hardaway and Dunn. So Scott, Nichols, Gage. I like it to be in the same order as my depth chart. Unless I have a unique corner. Scott. Nichols. Then Robinson, Gage. Pretty good there. No tackle. And then gadget player, which I really don't have a gadget player. So we'll leave that as it is. Ooh. Depth chart done. Coach. So right now I have 10 points to do anything. It's gonna be a little more for the other archetypes. It looks like I could unlock this one, architect. Unlock strategist. Strategist. in tactician. So looking in here, I already have this one unlocked. So the things that I can do right now. Nothing that's going to jump out. I'll probably wait until after my first game anyway. But the real thing, obvious thing that takes up a lot of time here is that recruiting board. So let's get that initial board set.
Let's quickly walk through recruiting in